Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. We are in the sixth question, verse number 2. And so here the verse goes. So that was the question. The first question, that what is the Shodasha Kala Purusha? And in response to that, the teacher, Pippalad, the sage Pippalad, he says, Tasmai Sahovacha, Tasmai Sahovacha, Ihaivantas Sharire Saumya, Ihaivantas Sharire Saumya, Sa Purusho Yasmin Netaha, Sa Purusho Yasmin Netaha, Shodasha Prabhavantiti, Shodasha Prabhavantiti. Together, Tasmai Sahovacha, Ihaivantara Sharire Saumya, Sa Purusho Yasmin Neta Shodasha Prabhavantiti. That Pippalad, the sage Pippalad, the Acharya Pippalad says, Hey Saumya, oh my dear one, that one in whom these 16 Shodasha Kala, 16 Kalas express themselves, that Purusha is nowhere outside, but it is inside this body, and it is present right now also. So this So, see, don't search for it. In other words, don't search for the reality from one place or another. Don't go to the caves, don't go to the ashrams, don't go to the temples. Where is it available? He is situated in your own heart as the Angushta Matra. So let's see what he says here. In the Bhashya, Adi Shankaracharya says, Tasmai Sahovacha. The sage Pippalacharya, he spoke. What did he say? Ihaivantaha Sharire Hridaya Pundarika Akasha Madhye He Saumya Sa Purusho Na Deshandare Vigneyo Yasmin Neta Uchyamanaha Shodasha Kalaha Pranadyaha Prabhavanti Utpadyanta Iti Shodashakalabihi Upadibhutabihi Sakala Eva Nishkalaha Purusho Lakshate Avidyayeti Tad Upadhi Kaladhyaropapanayana Vidyaya Sa Purushaha Kevalo Darshayitavya Iti Kalanam Tat Prabhavat Va Muchyate. Long sentence. There is one sentence in Srimad Bhagavat, it goes for half a page, A4, bigger than A4. Goes on and on, almost 20, 30 lines. So here what is he saying? Hey Soumya, oh dear one, us, that Purusha, here itself, where inside this body and in the cave of your heart, in the space of your heart, or in the space cave of your heart, one must come to know. Don't na deshantare vigneyo. Don't go to different places or areas to look for it. Then यस्मिन् नेता उच्यमानाः षोडशकलाः प्रणाद्याः प्रभवन्ति. And so in this, that Purusha in whom the pranas and the 16 kalas express, manifest, who will be talked about in the upcoming verses, in the shlokas. In fact, they come out of him, they are born out of him, and then they are born out of him. Then where are we? In these conditionings, or the 16 conditionings, the kalas, they are the conditioning. Therefore, that Purusha means the person. We have this yoga of the Supreme Person. That is Supreme Person we are talking about. That Supreme Person, you can't catch him outside, you have to catch him within. In within, how? Catch him as the Atma. So that, in other words, it's the same Atma. But here we are looking at it because the question has come. So the teacher has to answer, and he is answering in a manner by which he is answering in a manner by which the student is able to easily comprehend. And therefore he is saying that this this Purusha, who has the upadhi or the conditioning of these 16 kalas, even then, this person, even though he is expressing out of ignorance, yet he appears to be full of qualities, full of attributes, full of form, etc., etc. Because the 16 kalas are the 16 forms, the 16 qualities, the 16 attributes. And then it says here, where are we, man? Where is the full stop? Tattva hridaye. Then it says, because this and because of the superimposition of these 16 kalas, and he doesn't know that they are superimposed on him, therefore he has this teacher wants to show the Purusha as the pure one by desuperimposing the 16 kalas. So this language is employed because the only tool we have is the language, and therefore these the various kalas like pran, etc., are said to be born out of him or express out of him. That means he is the substratum, he is the origin out of whom the kalas as if express. That as if is very important. And therefore, and that is because of that, this Purusha, this uh, this is of the nature, because being the substratum, it is of the nature of non-specificity. And kalas are specific, but the purusha is non-specific, and it is advaya, nirvishesha, and then advaya means it's non-dual, it is one without a second. And vishuddha meaning it is absolutely pure, in whom no blemish can be there. uh, 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 and that is the essence, that is the uh, and in that purusha, who is of the nature of nirvisheshata, uh, uh, non-specificity, advaya, non-duality, and vishuddha, absolute purity. And on such a principle, the 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 superimposition and nothing can stick, not even the Shodasha Kala can stick, and the only language we can use is of superimposition and desuperimposition, by which we are able to talk about that which cannot be talked about. We are we are trying to indicate that who is the essence, who is the substratum of everything. And in this way, so we make the mistake, and therefore here it says प्राणादीनाम अत्यंत निर्विशेषे ही अद्वये शुद्धे तत्वे न शक्योध्यारो अध्यारोपन रोपम अंतरेण प्रतिपाद्य पादनादि व्यवहारः कर्तुमिति कलानां प्रभव स्थित्यप्यया आरोप्यन्ते अविद्या विषयाः. So this is what we said, that nirvisheshe, advaye, and shuddhe tatve na shakyo dhyaropa, that no superimposition or desuperimposition can be established. Pratipadya means to be established, cannot be established. It is only established for vyavahara. For vyavahara कर्तुमिति कलानां प्रभव स्थित्याप्यया आरोप्यन्ते अविद्या विषयाः. So only for conversation purpose, only for it is talked about that the Shodasha Kala Purushaha. So and in whom the creation, the maintenance, and destruction or dissolution are superimposed, because these various kalas meaning the conditionings, etc., they are other than the conscious principle, they are other than the atmic principle, and remaining always other than the cosmic principle, not cosmic, sorry, atmic principle, other than that purusha. They appear to be created, they appear to be maintained, they appear to be dissolved. This is how it is seen in general. And therefore here it says that chaitanya व्यतिरेकेण एव हि कला जायमानाः तिष्ठन्त्यः प्रलीयमानाश्च सर्वदा लक्ष्यन्ते. So very, very important point here. The teacher is telling that these Shodasha Kalas, these various conditionings, the Kalas, the attributes, the qualities, are only out of ignorance we are accepting these kalas, and the scriptures or the wise men are here. He is as Sage Pipalad is giving answer. It is only to what we see What appears is only a superimposition, and actually the purusha principle, the essence, the atmic principle, nothing can stick to it, nothing can be added to it, nothing can be subtracted from it. It has got no form, it is nirvishesha, it is non-specific. Body, breath, mind, intellect, thoughts, emotions, concepts, they are all specific. But the Atma or that Purusha is non specific. And second point they said was Advaya. It is of the nature of non duality. Non duality necessarily means that it is the only thing that there is nothing else apart from that one reality. And the last one was it's ever pure. So when we look at everything from the water's point of view, everything is water. But when you look at it from the waves point of view, there is ocean and there is something else beyond it called water. And so it dives into itself to search for it. So the teacher is suggesting that we also search for this Purusha within ourselves, not outside. Not in your husband, not in your wife, not in your children, not in your grandchildren, not in your dog or cat, but within yourself. So, in short, reality is without any kalas. First, we were told that our experience is not the reality, and proved as they are in reference to various conditionings. So we negated the jiva bhava, and and when we negate this jiva bhava, the reality is revealed. See, creation, karma, prarabdha, swarga, etc. is not told to prove that they exist, but to prove that reality is not other than me. This is the reason that these ideas are presented. Other than me, and that reality is my very own nature. Don't lose the plot by talking about or getting involved and getting obsessed with karma, prarabdha, swarga, different lokas. Where is your attention? Ultimately, if we are look if your attention, we come to the Upanishads only for one purpose: to abide in the self as the self. There is no other purpose. Upanishads, a student of Upanishad has necessarily worked out that there are no answers in the world. Therefore, he has come to the Upanishads. Then he starts finding interest in the Upanishads because he has assessed the world. He has assessed the all aspects of the creation, and he doesn't find them fascinating. Why? They are not lasting, they are temporary. So he comes to this. But apparently, here, the student, his attention is on that Purusha principle, but he knows it as the Shodasha Kala, the one with conditionings. अतएव भ्रांताः केचिद् अग्निसंयोगात् घृतमिव घटादि घटाद्याकारेण चैतन्यम एवं प्रतिक्षणम जायते नश्यतीति. He says some ignorant people have this opinion that just like uh, that just like the due to the union of the just like fire is lit when due to the ghee, and like that Chaitanya is also mm, appearing as the form of the body, and it and then slowly it is dissolving away. Either you take it as a life, or every moment it is continuously going away. That means the life is ebbing away, and in this way, ah, where are we? चेतम अत एव भ्रांता केचिद अग्नि संयोगात घृतम एव घटाद्याकारेण चैतन्यम एवं प्रतिक्षणम जायते नश्यतीति. हाँ, या टिल हियर वी आर डन. तन्निरोधे शून्यम इव सर्वमित्यपरे. Apart from this, now these are the different standpoints of different argumentators. The others are the Shunyavad. And who are these Shunyavad? Uh, and they say that, what do they say? घटादि विषयम चैतन्यम चेतयितुर नित्यस्य आत्मनो अनित्यम जायते विनिश्यतीति अपरे. They say, what is that? That when all the conditionings are gone, then there is nothing called Atma or anything. Then there is only Shunya. And then there is Nayayika. They what do they say? They what do they say? They say Nayayika. They say that the Nayayika are the logicians. So what do the logicians say? They say that because of the ghatadi, meaning because of the body, wait, let me talk about it. I think that because of the that where are we? They say that the Atma is Nitya, that Atma is the eternal, continuous, eternal consciousness, and when and when it expresses through the Ghatadi Vishaya, and in it, they say that out of it, just like out of the waters, the waves keep appearing and getting destroyed. Similarly, the body, the Ghatadi means the pot, meaning the body. This anitya, that means this inert, that means which is finite, that means which is temporary. The things keep appearing and getting destroyed. And then yet another person, who is this? Anapayopajana धर्मक चैतन्यम आत्मा एव नाम रूपादि उपाधि धर्मैः प्रत्यवभासते सत्यम ज्ञानम अनंतम ब्रह्मा प्रज्ञानम ब्रह्मा विज्ञानमानंद ब्रह्मा. सत्यम ज्ञानम अनंतम ब्रह्मा तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद, प्रज्ञानम ब्रह्मा इन ऐत्रेय उपनिषद, विज्ञानम आनंद ब्रह्मा बृहदारण्यक उपनिषद, विज्ञान घन एव बृहदारण्यक उपनिषद इत्यादि श्रुतिभ्यः. So and yet there are others who are the lokayitu. Lokayitu meaning Chaitanya Bhuta Dharma iti lokayati kaha. So who are these people? Those who are totally, those who believe that body is it. Eat merry and make fun and enjoy yourself. And they come to believe this, that Chetana, the consciousness, has come about due to two atoms coming together or two molecules coming together, meaning by elements coming together, the five elements coming together, Bhuta Dharma, the five elements coming together have brought about the life called the Chetana. And so these were the different standpoints or argumentators. Before they can argue, the teacher in Shankaracharya has refuted them. And then he says that, but what is this purusha? This purusha is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So this purusha is Satyam, truth, Jnanam, of nature of consciousness or knowledge, infinite knowledge, and therefore Anantam, that it is endless, and he's the Brahma, is the that is his name, or that is he is called, or that which is the greatest. Vijnana ghana eva prajnanam Brahma. This comes in the Aitreya Upanishad. We have seen that this is one of the Mahavakyas. These are all Mahavakyas. We only know, we accept the four because Shankaracharya has said it so, but all these are Mahavakyas. Prajnanam Brahma, Vijnanam Anandam Brahma, Vijnana Ghana Eva. And by these different statements of truth given by the Shrutis, it is proved that independent of creation, maintenance and destruction is the Atma. We cannot accept the standpoints that we just mentioned of the Nayayikas or the Dehatmavadis or the Shunyavad or the Shunyavadis. And in this way, where are we? Swarupa Vyabhicharishu पदार्थेषु चैतन्यस्य अव्यभिचाराद्यथा यथा यो यः पदार्थो विज्ञायते तथा तथा न्यायम् अनत्वादेव तस्य चैतन्यस्य अव्यभिचारित्वम्. So here he is saying that those who keep changing from their nature, so those who keep, here he says that all these changing, the matter which is changing, or the upadhik, that is the conditionings which are changing, and why they are changing, because it is their nature, and that nature out of them, and why they are changing? They are changing because they are in the presence of someone. And what is that presence? That presence is the Chaitanya, the consciousness. And what is that consciousness? That consciousness is the unchanging principle. That consciousness is the unchanging principle. And the conditionings are the changing principle. So, on the unchanging principle, all the changes are taking place, and therefore, and because that Chaitanya, even though it is not changing, but uh, though it is seen just according to each conditioning's nature, that person, the purusha, is seen according to that. uh, so tasya tasya chaitanyasya vyabhicharitvam. So So he is seen to be behaving as the body, appearing as the body, appearing as the breathing person, appearing as the thinking person, appearing as the feeling person, etc., etc. According to the conditionings that Chaitanya Tattva is appears to be so by the others. In fact, why about appears to be you are thinking about yourself that way. वस्तु तत्वं भवति किंचित न ज्ञायत इति च अनुपपन्नम रूपम च दृश्यते न च अस्ति चक्षुरिति यथा. So there is something, that there is some substratum, but here it says vastu tattvam bhavati kinchit, but it is not grasped. What is that which is behind the change? That is not grasped. Na jnayata iti. And therefore that it is not known. If we so it is like rupam cha drishyate na cha asti chakshuriti yatha, that I can see the various forms, but I cannot see the eyes. It is like that. I can see all the forms, but I cannot see the eyes. Vision is there, illuminating all the forms, but vision cannot see itself. See? Vyabhicharati tu gneyam न ज्ञानम व्यभिचरति कदाचिदपि ज्ञेयम ज्ञेया भावे अपि ज्ञेयांतरे भावात् ज्ञानस्य. So the knower can move around in the known. This is seen. We are moving around, seeing, hearing, touching, feeling. So many things are known. So the knower can be identified with the known. The knower can be moving from one to the other. But knowledge, the knowledge never gets identified. Knowledge is knowledge. What is that? What does that mean? Here it says that once once the knower goes away, even then whatever is known goes away, even then the knowledge remains. So the knower is there. So many knowledges. What is the knowledge? That the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper have come. Is that a knowledge? Yes. Has the knowledge remained with you that for so many years, every day the waker, dreamer and deep sleeper have come and gone? Yes. So in this manner, one moment. So even if the known object is missing, is not available, is not perceivable, still the knowledge remains in the with us. And and in this way, नहि ज्ञाने असति ज्ञेयम नाम भवति कस्यचित् सुषुप्ते अदर्शनात्. Yeah. So, in the absence of knowledge, the knower. So the know when in the absence of knowledge, the knower has got no place. So he also is not. For example, in the deep sleep state, in the sushupti avastha, we see that where there is no object to be known, there is no knower also. Understand? Now, why are we talking about all this? Because we want to eventually delete or desuperimpose all objectivity. That is why it is being told. Objectivity meaning all conditionings. In other words, this purusha is the independent principle. It is not because of the Shodasha Kala. Just like moon is not because of the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, till the full moon comes. All these 16 days of the moon, from no moon to, or 17 days from no moon to full moon, are superimposed on the moon. Moon is independent of what is superimposed. Just an example. Similarly, this Paramatma, this Atma, this conscious principle is independent. It is not dependent on the conditionings. It is not dependent on what is perceived. And what is perceived? The world is perceived, the body, breath, mind, intellect is perceived, the waker, dreamer, deep sleep is perceived. Inside and outside is perceived. So here the example is taken that just, and this is what is happening in various sadhanas, that slowly and slowly everything, from many thoughts you come to less thoughts, from less thoughts you come to no thoughts. Where the no thought comes, the knower and the known both vanish. But do you feel you have vanished? No. So here, till here we have done. Now, next paragraph. ज्ञानस्य अपि सुषुप्ते अभावात् ज्ञेयवत् ज्ञानस्वरूपस्य व्यभिचार इति चेत्. The questioner says, but in deep sleep, the knowledge is also absent. Therefore, at that time, the knowledge and the known and the knowing both are absent. In this way, so in short, what is here it is told that every knowledge appears as it is. That means every upadhi, every superimposition, every objectivity, meaning every vishaya, quality, etc., it appears as it is. But the knowledge that it is like that is only because of the conscious principle, and because of the various upadhis, conditionings. All the conditionings are only appearing because there is the adhishthan, there is a substratum, and therefore it is told here that the way each object or each padarth or each vastu object is expressing itself, according to that, the conscious principle also seems to be expressing, and there and because of that, and which conscious principle? The knower is expressing, and therefore it is told here that the Chaitanya, he does not get identified with anything, and whatever the knowledge you are having in your mind, in your senses, in your thoughts, in your concepts, in your ideas, in your imaginations, in your waking, deep dream, and absence of all the knowledge in the deep sleep, all these knowledges are not possible in the Chaitanya Vastu, in the conscious principle, or in the Purusha. It is the one who is having this knowledge. The waker is having the knowledge of the waking world. Dreamer is not having the knowledge of the waking world. Dreamer is having the knowledge of the dream world. The seer is having the knowledge of the color and form. The hearer is not having the knowledge of the color and form. Hearer is having the knowledge of what is heard. So each one of them is having its knowledge. Identified with this, we say that I am losing my mind, I am losing my memory, I am getting old, I am dying, I am getting sick, etc., etc. Because the person has not accepted himself to be the independent conscious principle. Here it is very important that all these changes are referential. The person who is suffering is only the referential. The one who is gaining the knowledge, if you say, oh, this is very interesting Upanishad, I understood. It has got nothing to do with the supreme reality. It has got nothing to do with the Atma. You, the waker, you, the student, you, the seeker, understood something. But that seeker is other than, he is only with reference to this knowledge. He is only with reference to what the words were coming to you. That seeker is only with reference to what is in it for me through these words. The Chaitanya Vastu, the conscious principle, is independent. He does not know, he does not know. He does not become the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper. That Chaitanya Vastu, the Purusha, he is an independent principle, all-pervading principle, one without a second principle, all-knowing principle, ever pure principle, in which the corruption of the kalas, of the upadhis, is an impossibility. Understand this, not objectively, understand this subjectively, that you are essentially that Purusha on whom nothing can stick. So whom do you expect? What do you accept yourself as? Do you accept yourself as the Supreme Person, as the pure Advaya, Nirvishaya and Shuddha? Or do you accept yourself as the Jivatma, the conditioned consciousness? And here your attention is being brought. You are not the waker and the waking world. You are not the dreamer and the dream world. You are not their absence also. Then who are you? The one who is continuous. Waker comes and goes. Knowledge comes and goes. Along with that knowledge, knower also comes and goes. The seer is born with the seen. They both coexist, then they go away. Then the hearer and the heard coexist, and then they go away. Then the taster and the tasted come together, then they go away, and this way knowledge is coming and going. But do you feel you are coming and going? No. Then which one are you? The one who is coming and going, or the one which is not coming and going? Correctly assess yourself. न ज्ञेयावभासकस्य ज्ञानस्य अलोकवत् ज्ञेय अभिव्यंजक व्यंजकत्वात् स्वयं ज्ञाभाव आलोकाभाव अनुपपत्तिवत् सुषुप्ते विज्ञान अभाव अनुपपत्तेः. Here he says, therefore, all those illumined objects, when they are absent, just like when the objects are absent, we don't say that the light is absent because there is no object for the light to illumine. We still accept that the light is continuous. Whether objects are there or not there, that does not prove that the light is absent. Similarly, in the deep sleep, even if the objects, the vishayas, are not seen, there is absence of all the objects in the deep sleep, it is not right to accept that there is no knowledge. There is the supreme knower, which is ever present in the absence of all the objectivity or all the vishayas. What do? We go to sleep. What do we have to do? Remain awake. When there is complete absence of all objectivity or vishayas. Nahi अंधकारे चक्षुषा रूप अनुपलब्धौ चक्षुषो अभावः शक्यः कल्पयितुं वैनाशिकेन. Here he says, so what did we conclude? We concluded that if there is absence of object, the knowledge continues to be. Meaning, knowledge means consciousness. Consciousness means light. That's why the example of light was taken, that if any object is there or not there, light continues to be light. Illumination continues. So similarly, are you the illumination which comes and goes, or are you the continuous illumination? Assess yourself. Waker's illumination comes and goes. When the waker goes away, then the dream illumination comes and goes. Then the deep sleep is there. There is nothing, no object. Does it mean that the illumination has become absent? Does it mean that the illumination between the two thoughts, there is no illumination? Illumination means there is no consciousness, meaning there is no knowledge. Is it possible? Is it that way? Just now there was silence for 2-3 seconds. Does it mean that you have become absent to yourself, or you are still conscious? Consciousness is equal to light, is equal to illumination, is equal to knowledge. Whether there is manifest object or absence of object, knowledge continues to be knowledge. Not the referential knowledge. So we know knowledge, this is a table, this is a book, this is referential knowledge. We are not talking about that knowledge. But from there, we are slowly migrating towards that knowledge which is non-specific, that is non-referential, that which is independent, because its nature is of illumination. And what is that? You are that, my friend. You are that. In the darkness, if there is no form available, you cannot. So, in the darkness, if there is no form available, even then, those who are what you call kshanik vijnanavadi. Kshanika Vijnanvadi means those who believe that every moment uh, everything is getting destroyed. Even they cannot refute that the eyes are absent. Even if there is no object, there is no form, there is pitch darkness, but that person, Kshanikavadi, he will still say, cannot refute this, that his eyes are still there. His that the illumination is still there. Yes, nothing to see, no doubt. He cannot come to this conclusion because there is no object, there is no form available, therefore there is no eye available. If there is no sound available, there is no ear available. Is that so? Is that your experience? वैनाशिको ज्ञेय अभावे ज्ञान अभावं कल्पयति एव इति चेत. So he says, but the Kshanikavadi, the one who's with the belief that every moment everything is getting destroyed, so he says that this person, when there is nothing to perceive, there is no object to perceive, he does come to the conclusion that there is nothing to know. He comes to this conclusion that there is nothing to know, that there is no knowledge. So the teacher says, येन तद्भावं कल्पयेत् तस्य अभावः केन कल्पयत इति वक्तव्यं वैनाशिकेन. तद् भावस्यापि नेयत्वात् ज्ञान अभावे तद् अनुपपत्तेः. Then the one who is putting forth the principle, he says that is the teacher. He says to that Kshanikavadi person, we should tell him that that knowledge in which, because of which, that knowledge because of which absence is perceived or imagined, he must ask, what is that because of which the absence has been imagined or concluded? Because that knowledge of absence cannot be proved without the conscious principle. You see? So the knower has to be there to know the absence, if you're taking from relative standpoint. In Patanjali Yoga Sutras, the absence is also a thought. From Vedanta point of view, the absence is initially it's taken as a thought only to be refuted. But here, because the argument is such, so there is someone who is knowing the absence, no? So that absence is also becoming an object of knowledge. What is the object? What is the knowledge? Knowledge is there is nothing. What is that? There is nothing to perceive. There is no object to be perceived. This is the knowledge. And this knowledge cannot be concluded without the substratum. ज्ञानस्य ज्ञेय व्यतिरिक्तत्वात् ज्ञेय अभावे ज्ञान अभाव इति चेत. The student argues that the knower is other than the knowledge, and therefore the knower, when that if there is nothing to be known, then there is no knower, and if there is no knower, then knowledge cannot take place. So how can you say that there is someone who knows that there is absence, but there is no object there? If we think like this, then what do you have to say, sir? He is telling his teacher. Then na abhavasyapi neyatva abhyupagam abhyupagamādabhāvopi neyo gamyate vainashikaihi nityascha tad vyatiriktam chet jnanam nityam kalpitam syat tad abhavasya cha ज्ञानात्मकत्वाद अभावत्वम वांग मात्रमेव न परमार्थतः अभावत्वम अनित्यत्वम च ज्ञानस्य. I know it's a bit of a hair splitting, but if you are with the topic, you will find that these questions when you come to that point where there are no thoughts in your mind, you are sitting in silence. If you are sitting in silence, there are no thoughts coming in your mind. Why do you not realize that you are the infinite reality? I'm asking. It's not written here. Between the two thoughts, there is a gap. In that gap, you are the conscious principle. Why don't you realize? That is the realization. So somewhere we are going wrong in our approach. Somewhere in silence we come out of that silence thinking, oh, there was nothing, I don't know what was going on, and back again, jump into the world. So to orient us to recognize, so this point is repeated in various scriptures in different ways, so that when that silence appears at that time, do not come to the conclusion that there is silence. It is conscious silence. You are pervading that silence. The teacher says it is not so because in the absence, because the absence is also known. I already told you that in Patanjali Sukha, taken as a thought by the Kshanikavadis, they have taken the abhav, that is the absence, also as something to be known, and they have taken it as eternal, and they have and what does he say? Tad vyatiriktam chet jnanam nityam kalpitam syat. That means absence is also taken as eternal. Space is empty. How far is the space? Eternal, infinitely. Do you know where the boundary of the empty space is? No. Do you know where the empty space, when you are in the with yourself in silence, the Shunyavadis, the Kshanikavadis, they take that the absence is a thought and it is of the nature of eternity. It represents eternity. That's why Shunyavad. And if the knowledge is other than the known, the knowledge is other than the known, then if the known is the object, the abhav, the absence is eternal, then the knowledge is also eternal. Why don't you take it that way? Neya means the knower is also eternal. This is from the Kshanikavad point of view. He is taking that is the Shunyavad. So Shunya is eternal. The knower of the Shunya also has to be eternal if Shunya is eternal. And therefore, moreover, here it says, where are we? Moreover, that absence is also of the nature of knowledge, and therefore the absence remains only as if there is nothing to know, but क्या लिखा है इधर? That the absence is for the namesake only. So here it is told that because the abhav, that is the absence, after some time it goes away, therefore the eternal aspect cannot be taken along with the absence, but eternal aspect is something other than the absence, because that eternal aspect continues, but the abhav, that is absence, gives way to something else after some time. And in this manner, and if you want to call it that eternal knowledge, if you want to call that eternal knowledge or the eternal knower as that absence, we don't have any problem, because what the Shunyavadis are looking at one thing, they are looking at it that we also say in Taittiriya Upanishad, aprapya manasa saha, that it cannot be comprehended by the mind. If it cannot be comprehended mind, so they say it is Shunya. But we say that it is not Shunya, because that unknowable principle is not an object, but it is the subject itself. Someone is knowing. So we are taking it positively. You are just like a coin has got head and tails. Which side are you looking from? The Shunyavadis are looking from the tail, and the Vedantis are looking, or the Upanishads are looking at it from the heads. We have got no argument with that. Okay, if you want to say that, if you want to call it as abhava, then so be it. Atha bhavo jnayopi san jnana vyatirikta iti chet. Again the student comes up with another argument, question. He says, but if absence that even if the absence is known, it is other. Can it be taken as separate to knowledge? That to knowledge, then the teacher says, "Na tarhi gneya bhave jnana bhavaha." If you take it that way, that it is other than knowledge, then if here he says, if absence and I'm just getting if we take the absence to be known and yet it is other than, can we take it as other than knowledge? The teacher is answering, no, that the knowledge, that both of them cannot be separated. They can if the knower can never be what you call, can never become absent, and that is the but the student comes up with another. How many are there this type? Too many questions. Arre baapre, a long one. Are you enjoying it or you are getting tired and confused? I'm asking. Hello?
No, that's perfect.
Huh?
That's perfect, Swamiji.
No.
Not tired.
For you is perfect. What about others? They have gone to sleep, I think.
It's enjoying, Swamiji. It's going good.
Huh?
Going good, Swamiji. Enjoying. It's like
What about others? I can go on.
I'm still enjoying it, Swamiji.
Huh?
Me too.
It's
Mahalakshmi and I are enjoying it.
it is a intellectual gymnastics. Okay, good. If you are enjoying it, we'll go on.
Yeah.
अरे, I lost the, तुम्हारे बातों के चक्कर में I lost the where I was. So here he says, where are we? न तर्हि ज्ञेया भावे ज्ञाना भावः, that
I've just explained that bit just now.
so यही है ना, यही, this is what I explained just now. Yeah. ज्ञेयम ज्ञान व्यतिरिक्तम न तु ज्ञानम ज्ञेय व्यतिरिक्तम इति चेत. Again the argumentator, the student, he is saying, but if we take that the knower is other than the knowledge, see, this okay, I'll just complete this and then I'll say what I have to say. You understand? Don't get lost in this argument. The student is saying, if the knower is taken as separate from, is different from knowledge, if we take it like that, then and the knowledge, see how he is playing with the words. Not only playing with the words, all this problem is coming to him because he is trying to objectify, and therefore the problem, he is coming into all these arguments. If we take if the knower and the known are accepted as separate, and knower and the known and knower are not accepted as separate, then what happens? The teacher says, na shabda matratvad vishesha anupapattehe ne jnanayoho ekatvam ched अभ्युगम्यते गम्यते ज्ञेयम ज्ञान व्यतिरिक्तम ज्ञानम ज्ञेय व्यतिरिक्तम न इति तु शब्द मात्रमेतद् वह्नि अग्नि व्यतिरिक्तः Agnirna Vahni Vyatirikta iti Yadvad Abhyupagamyate. So he is telling that don't speak like that. Because what you are saying, because he gave both the choices. What about if knower and known are together, or knower and known are separate? Or if we say like that, then the teacher is saying don't speak like that, because this is just play of words, and there is no conclusion in this type of thinking. Uh, if you take the knowledge and the knower to be separate, then uh, then the knower and the known are separate to each other. But the knower and the known are not separate from each other. See, so jnana vyatiriktam jnanam neya vyatiriktam na iti. So if you take them to be separate, they are separate. If you don't, but actually what it is, the knower and the known are not separate from each other. Is the water and the wave, okay, the water expressed as the knower and the known. Who is the knower? Ocean. Who is the known? Wave. Is the ocean and the wave separate from each other? You know, the husband came, the son came, the brother came, the father came. Are that all those known separate from you? Remember in our Amrit Anubhav, that one Paramashiva appeared as Shiva Shakti. Because there is two, does it mean that there is difference? This is where the point is we are trying to hone in. The Upanishad is trying to hone in to this student who wants to know, but he's stuck on the duality, he's stuck on objectivity. We are also like that. We are also stuck on objectivity. We have to find a way within ourselves that in spite of objectivity, we are in tune with the unity. That it is that one self that alone is appearing as this whole universe. When we talk about dream, you accept it, that the mind alone is expressing as the five elements, the breath, the bodies, the minds of the various people, the past, present, future of the people in the dream. In retrospect, you can see it, and you don't get attached to anything there. But when it comes to waking, you are not able to. For that, you have to wake up from the waking dream. Then you will be able to talk about this waking experience like you talk about the dream experience. This is not the topic here, but so that we don't lose the plot. So the knower and the known are not separate. Shiva and Parvati are not separate. They are one and the same. The seer and the seen are not separate. That same five elements on one place is appearing as the seen, and the same five elements in one place is appearing as the eye. And both of them are present in the mind. Five elements are nothing but in the subtle form they are appearing in the mind. So mind alone became the five elements. You have to think out of the box. If we keep thinking the way we are thinking about this whole world, about our family, about our children, about our duties, this versus that versus this, what is in it for me, cause and effect. We are going beyond cause and effect here. If the knower and known is one in essence, then where is the question of cause and effect? Cause and effect comes when you do not put attention on the water. You take the ocean and the wave. Ocean is the cause, wave is the effect. From the water's point of view, there is no cause, no effect, because it is all that there is. Our view as a seeker from a Jivatma point of view is to seek, is to raise, is to evolve our understanding, undo everything. To reach what? The maximum we can reach as long as we have the body is to come to be the totality. And what is that totality? Experience. The totality. Om Sahasra Shirasha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. The experience there is. Same Atma. Instead of only accepting as this body, if you have this thought that the mind alone became everything in the dream, if you accept that this consciousness alone became everything in this creation, in the waking creation, and the dream creation, and their absence, take the whole thing, then you will not hate anyone, you will not desire anything, then you are at one ment with one and all. This is the acme of the seeker can reach in this lifetime. So first was your view as an individual, evolving, unfolding, giving up, sacrificing, and coming to realize what it will be like. Self is in everything. It will be like this. The viewpoint of the ocean, I am in all the waves are in me. Wow. Unconditional love towards one and all. Fearlessness, because there is no other. And the third view is of the water toward, if we say. And what is that view? That view it is of the absolute. There is no question of wave and ocean or anything. So here through this discussion, the cobwebs of our mind are being sorted. If I stop while talking and suddenly I stop for 1 minute I stop, I'm sure you will start thinking, what has happened to Swamiji? Why is he not speaking? Has he forgotten? Is he confused? Is his eyesight okay? Is he well? Why is he not speaking? And if I continue for another 1 minute, I'll start getting phone calls. What happened, Swamiji? But that 1 minute, 2 minutes was an opportunity of accessing, of being yourself. What we are talking about here. But we abhor. We have not accepted ourselves that we can be in objectless awareness. We want something to interact with all the time. Seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, listening, imagining, conceptualizing. What we are talking about here is beyond all this, where there is absence. There is no object. At that time, you go to sleep or you remain as objectless awareness. You're getting it? In between, I'm bringing this so that we don't lose the plot in the arguments. That's all. So he says, if you accept the difference between knowledge and the knower, known and the knower, then they are separate, but knowledge and the knower are known and the knower are not separate, they are one and the same. What you are saying is only playing with words, just like two words here, vanni, agnir na vanni vyatiriktam iti yadvad abhyupagamyate. Vanni also means fire, agni also means fire, but you are saying vanni is separate to agni. Jal is also water, tanni is also water, but you are saying jal is separate to aap, whatever I use the word, tanni. Different language, different words. Someone is saying that, oh dad, someone is saying, oh grandpa, someone is saying, oh my dear husband. But do you accept yourself to be separate? You are still the same person. Each person is calling you by different name. But do you feel you are separate? Do you feel you are different? Come back to that principle. The truth is, Vanni is not other than Agni. The water, Jala is not other than Tanni or water. Therefore, this is concluded that therefore it is concluded that even if there is no object to be known, that even if there is that knower and the known, even if we separate them and because of that there is nothing to be known, the knowledge, we cannot say that the knowledge has become absent. The knowledge is always there in some, as the essence. The Madhyastha, the argumentator, debater, neya abhave adarshanat abhavo jnanasya iti chet. But that if the knower becomes absent, meaning he is not available to be perceived, he is not there, then the knowledge will also become absent. Then how can you, isn't that so? Meaning, the teacher is answering, na sushupte naptya abhyupagamat. Coming to this conclusion is not right, because in the deep sleep, the nepti matra, meaning there is objectless awareness, and the Kshanikavadis, the Vainashikas, they have also accepted that in the deep sleep, the knowledge of the deep sleep is there. They have accepted that. So what is he saying here? That even in the student asked that if the knower is absent, then the knowledge is also absent. That was, isn't it so? Then the teacher said, no, that is not correct. If in the sushupti, in the deep sleep, even if the knowledge is, if the known is absent, the knowledge is still there. The self continues to be, in other words, and that the Kshanikavadis, they have also accepted that the सुषुप्ति में विज्ञान का अस्तित्व स्वीकार, that in the sushupti state, the continuity of the knowledge, or the life, here we'll take it as life, that continuity of life is still there. Then he says, तत्र अपि ज्ञेयत्वम् अभ्युपगम्यते ज्ञानस्य स्वेन एव इति चेत्. But in that state of deep sleep, state, the knowledge of that deep sleep state, we come to know by ourselves. So the teacher is saying, na bhedasya siddhatvat siddham hi abhava vigneya vishayasya jnanasya abhava gneya व्यतिरेकात् ज्ञेय ज्ञानयोः अन्यत्वम. Here he says that no, it is not like that, because both jnana and jnaya, we have seen that they are what do you call, that they are different. If we take it like that, he's saying, you are unnecessarily arguing. Let's not get into this. You will get totally that we have already talked about this topic before. You are like trying to make a dead man alive, and the same argument you are bringing out again, and there's no point getting into it. In other words, he is reprimanding the student. Nahi tat siddham mritam evot jivayitum punaranyatha kartum shakyate vainashika shatairapi. This is what? See, what will be the conclusion, what the teacher is trying to conclude, and what the student is not able to conclude. The teacher is trying to conclude knowledge is being, or being is knowledge. Jnana and Nyaya. See? So being is knowledge, or knowledge is, knowing is being, or knowing is being, or being is knowing. And the student is saying, no, that is, he is not able to, it's not clicking to him. And another word for that is, if you are alert, another word for it is self-knowing. Knowledge knows knowledge. Knowledge is its own knower. And what is that knowledge? Another word for knowledge is consciousness. No. See, self-knowing.
Alert from Yahoo. Password required.
We'll leave it here. Enjoy the contemplation. And what is the contemplation? That eventually I'm going ahead. I'm preempting what the Upanishad as such, or the teacher as such, or whatever we have studied, the essence of that is coming. I have not read what is going to come next. Is that you don't have to know yourself through thought. And if there is no thought, you are still there. Then the question that the student is trying to put is, if I'm still there, then how do I come to know? The teacher is saying that the knower and the known are one and the same. You are knowing yourself without any objectivity. And that is the truth. And the discussion between the student and the teacher continues. We'll conclude here for the moment. It's already 9 o'clock. I can, you all said that you are enjoying, so we'll continue. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.